Warriors fans, have you ever wondered how a single trade from years ago could ripple across multiple teams and still affect us today? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive into one of the most intricate three-team deals involving some surprising names and, yes, even a Warriors draft pick you might have forgotten about. Stay tuned, because this trade might just have more implications for Golden State than you think. Golden State Warriors may not be the central piece in this massive three-team trade, but their involvement could surprise many fans. The trade involves some huge names like Karl Anthony Towns, Dante DiVincenzo, and Julius Randle. But the real intrigue lies in how the Warriors' 2026 second-round pick fits into all of this. And trust me, the journey this pick has taken is nothing short of incredible. Curious? Let's break it down. Now, before we dive deeper into this fascinating deal, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. You won't want to miss any future updates about the Warriors' latest moves and their impact on the franchise. Let's keep this Warriors Nation TV community growing, and trust me, we're just getting started. So, what exactly happened with this trade? Here's the breakdown. It's a major three-team deal that will send Karl Anthony Towns to the New York Knicks, Dante DiVincenzo to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and involve a variety of players and picks in between. But here's the kicker. The Warriors are indirectly part of this deal. Despite not being the main team, their 2026 second-round pick is going to the Charlotte Hornets as part of this complex trade. For those scratching their heads, let's go back a bit. This second-round pick dates back to more than 5 years ago. Remember when the Warriors traded Damian Jones and a second-rounder to the Atlanta Hawks for Omari Spellman? Yep, that's the same pick we're talking about. It's traveled from Golden State to Atlanta to Oklahoma City to New York and now to Charlotte in this massive transaction. Quite the journey, right? So, here's where things get interesting. The 2026 second-round pick, now heading to the Hornets, is part of the deal that helps the Knicks land Karl Anthony Towns, while Minnesota gets DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. That's a big deal for both of those teams, but it also reminds us of the interconnectedness of past trades. Warriors fans might not have thought much about that 2019 trade with Atlanta, but it's still making waves today. To get specific, according to ESPN's Bobby Marks, the Knicks will receive Towns and the rights to draft James Nagy. The Timberwolves will walk away with Randle, DiVincenzo, Keita Bates-Diop, and a protected first-round pick from Detroit. The Hornets, acting as a facilitator, will receive 3 second-round picks, one of them being our 2026 pick, along with 3 players traded from the Knicks and $7.2 million in cash. So, while the Warriors aren't bringing any star names to their roster from this trade, their involvement is significant. Warriors fans might be asking, why does this matter for us? Well, for one, it shows how interconnected the league is and how a seemingly small transaction years ago can affect future decisions and even trade strategies. This second-round pick might seem minor on the surface, but it reminds us of the depth of front office maneuvering. It also raises questions about what the Warriors' draft plans are, especially considering they now hold a second-rounder in 2026 thanks to their February trade involving James Wiseman and Gary Payton II. Speaking of that February deal, remember how the Warriors flipped multiple players and assets to get Gary Payton II back? That's where Golden State regained another second-round pick from Atlanta. So, despite losing this particular pick to Charlotte, the Warriors are still positioned to have a selection in 2026. Whether that pick becomes a valuable asset for future trades or an important draft piece remains to be seen, but Golden State is far from done making moves. In the grand scheme of things, this trade might not seem like it changes much for the Warriors right now, but it's a reminder of how fluid the NBA is. Picks and players move around constantly, and every trade, even one from 5 years ago, can have lasting effects. So, while Karl Anthony Towns and Dante DiVincenzo are making headlines in this deal, Warriors fans should keep an eye on how their team continues to build for the future. You never know when a draft pick will come back into the spotlight. If you're as curious as I am about how these trades will shape the Warriors' future, make sure to subscribe to Warriors Nation TV. Drop a like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and don't forget to leave a comment about what you think of this trade and where the Warriors might go from here. Let's keep the conversation going.